For our extra credit assignment, Katie and I decided to talk about vision and the human eye.
So, the eye is part of our sensory nervous system, and that's part of the nervous system responsible for processing our sensory information, which we know the 5 senses: our smell, our taste, touch, hearing, and then what we're going to focus on today is our vision.
So before we specifically start talking about our vision and what makes up the eye and how it all works, we wanted to address the sensory receptors that are in our body. There are 5. The first is a mechanoreceptor. It is stimulated by changes in pressure or body movement. So these lie in the skin as well as in the inner ear duct, and they can detect any type of body movement based off of your pressure. Then there's thermoreceptors, which are stimulated by changes in the external or internal temperature, and these also lie in the skin as well as internal organs. Then you have your chemoreceptors, which are stimulated by changes in the chemical concentration of substances. So like in your taste buds in the tongue, and the olfactory receptors, which lie in the nose, which correlate to your smell. And then the pain receptors, also known as nociceptors, they respond to potentially damaging stimuli by sending signals to the spinal cord and brain. And then last but not least, the photoreceptors, which are only located in the eye and are stimulated by light energy.
So we're going to focus in on the photoreceptor cell because that's what's in the eye and like how we see basically. It's a type of neuroepithelial cell located in the retina of the eye. The proteins in this cell are the things that actually absorb light photons. They're capable of converting the light into electrical signals, which is actually called phototransduction. And the main types of photoreceptor cells that we want to focus in on are, number 1, rod cells, which they're kind of our night vision cells. They function in less intense light. And the reason why you can't see very well, colors very well at night is because they don't have very much role in color vision, and they're also used for our peripheral vision. The second one we kind of want to focus in on are cone cells. Those are the ones responsible for color vision, so they function best in brighter light, which is why we can see colors better when it's lighter outside. They respond to stimuli faster than rods, and they can perceive finer detail.
All right, so the anatomy of the eye. The eyeball is an elongated sphere about 2.5 centimeters in diameter, and it's made up of 3 layers that we're going to cover. The sclera is the tough outermost connective tissue. On the image, you can see it's the white lining of the eye. It's the thickest band, and then it also protects and supports the eyeball. The choroid is the blood vessel layer, which absorbs stray light. And then the retina, like Katie already talked about, it contains the sensory receptors for light.
So basically kind of like the processes of how our vision works. In the beginning, the light enters our eye through the cornea, and the cornea is the clear dome-shaped surface that covers our eye. And then after that, the light passes through our pupil. That kind of regulates the amount of light that passes through our iris, which the iris is the colored part of your eye. Then the light goes to the lens, which is the clear structure of our eye, which focuses light rays onto the retina. So next, the light reaches the retina, obviously. That's the light sensitive layer that lines the back of our eye, where our images appear inverted. And then lastly, the optic nerve carries the signal of light, dark, and colors to our visual cortex, which what we know from class is that's located in the occipital lobe, which assembles the signals into images.
So lastly, we just have a short little video just reiterating everything we just said and shared with you guys. So Katie's gonna play that now.
Light rays enter the eye through the clear cornea, pupil, and lens. These light rays are focused directly onto the retina, the light-sensitive tissue lining the back of the eye. The retina converts light rays into impulses sent through the optic nerve to the brain, where they are recognized as images. 70% of the eye's focusing power comes from the cornea and 30% from the lens.
And that's the end of our presentation. Thanks.